Namaste. I am Acharya Pratishtha and I welcome you to this basic Bharat Yoga learning program day 4. We have already learned how to begin our abhyas with Pranavocharan. We have also learned how to practice Pavan Mukta Kriyas as warm-up practices and also to remove toxins from our joints. Then we learned few of the standing practices and today we will be learning sitting practices. These are the basic sitting practices which can be done by everyone and everyone can get benefit out of it. The very first kriya that we will be learning today is Vajra Asana. Though to practice Yoga Abhyas, one should be empty stomach and Yoga Abhyas should be done either empty stomach or after 3 hours of your meal. But there is one practice which can be done even after your meal and which should be done after your meal, and that is Vajra Asana. वज्र जैसा कठोर जो आपके पेट को बना दे वो है वज्रासन. वज्रासन हमारे शरीर में जठराग्नि को उत्पन्न करता है, इसीलिए जितने भी डाइजेस्टिव डिसऑर्डर्स हैं, इट इज़ एन अमेजिंग प्रैक्टिस टू क्योर ऑल ऑफ योर डाइजेस्टिव डिसऑर्डर्स. Vajrasan can be done after your meals, and if you practice Vajrasan after your meals, you can never have any problem of indigestion. So make sure after every meal you sit in Vajrasan for some time. Vajrasan can be done by everyone, but anyone who is suffering from severe knee pain should avoid Vajrasan. So let's see how to learn Vajrasan and how to practice Vajrasan. To practice Vajra Asana, you have to come to your knees like I am right now, and then join your toes and open your heels. Remember it, join your toes and open your heels and place your buttocks, your hips at the open heels like this. Some children and some practitioners in the beginning commit a mistake. They make their legs like this. No, this is a separate practice. We'll be talking about it later. So right now, when we talk about Vajrasan, make sure that your toes are together, your heels are open, and you place your hips on your open heels. Sit in this position for some time with your eyes closed. And it is an amazing practice to cure all of your digestive problems, all of your digestive disorders. You know, most of the physical ailments start either with stomach or impurification of blood. So Vajrasan can act as a healer for many physical problems. So make sure you sit in Vajrasan for some time. Why I am talking to you right now is because I want you all to sit in Vajrasan for some time. Keep seated in Vajrasan. In the beginning, few people find it tough to sit in Vajrasan for a longer period. They feel pain at their toes, at their feet, and sometimes at their ankles while practicing it. योग मज़ा है, सज़ा नहीं है, अपने साथ ज़्यादती नहीं करना, लेकिन कुछ देर इस क्रिया में ज़रूर बैठें, वज्रासन में ज़रूर बैठें. Place your palms at your knees, keep your spine straight and sit in Vajrasan for some time. That's it. So this was Vajrasan. We don't repeat it. We don't do repetitions of Vajrasan because Vajrasan is a meditative posture and we need to learn in this asana. We need to sit in this asana. We need to learn how to sit in this asana for a longer period. Hence, we won't do any kind of repetition. Only thing is try to increase your time capacity of holding this asana. जितना लंबा समय अवधि आप इस आसन में रुक सकते हैं वो बहुत आवश्यक है. Now the next posture which we'll be learning today is Ushtrasana. So when I say Ushtr means oot, camel. And camel, what is the quality of camel? Camel can store water for a very long time. Same way Ushtrasana affects our thyroid glands, and if there is anyone suffering from thyroid, this is a Rambaan practice. Thyroid के patients के लिए Rambaan है. It makes our spine flexible. It helps in the circulation of blood towards our skull, nourishing our skull, which is very important. And it works at the Vishuddhakhya Chakra, which means it generates our capacity to control our thirst, because this is what oont, camel, does. So the every name of every practice, yoga is something which is it is a science. It is so scientific. With the name itself, you can find out the meaning, and you can actually see, oh, this is the benefit of this practice. So for Ushtrasan, we will be doing Ardha Ushtrasan today. For so there is Ardha Ushtrasan, and then Purna Ushtrasan. So today we'll be doing Ardha Ushtrasan, which everyone can do. For Ushtrasan, you sit in Vajrasan like I am sitting right now. We'll be doing 3 repetitions of Ushtrasan. And lift up your hips and place your hands at your hips, at the top of your hips. You spread your chest, take your shoulders back, bend forward, push your hips forward, and leave your head loose. Exhale, bring your head back, your chest back. Again, sit in Vajrasan. Close your eyes. So, let's repeat it. Lift up your hips, place your hands at the top of your hips, bend backward, push your hips forward, leave your head loose. Gently bring your head back and slowly again sit in Vajrasan. Keep your eyes closed, relax your entire body, and we will be doing the last and the third repetition. Inhale, bend backward. Exhale, bring your hips back. Place your hips at your heels. Keep your hands at your knees and relax your body. After Ardha Ushtrasan, we will be doing Guru Pranamasana. See, we have done a backward bending. Now we will be doing a forward bending. That's a general rule of Yoga Abhyas. Because as I said, objective of yoga is not to make you tired or just to focus on one particular part of your body. No. So when we do any backward bending, we do a forward bending so that our spine becomes normal and our body becomes normal. That's very important. So Guru Pranamasana is also known as Shashankasana. So if you call it Guru Pranamasana, it means Guru Pranam. When you do pranam to your guru, जब आप अपने गुरु के समक्ष होते हैं तो आपका अहम दूर हो जाता है, आपकी ईगो दूर हो जाती है, आपके सब विकार दूर हो जाते हैं और आप पूरी तरह से अपने आप को गुरु को सरेंडर कर देते हैं. You get rid of all the vices, you get rid of all the vices, physical as well as mental, and you surrender yourself to your master, to your guru. That's why it's called Guru Pranam. That simply means this is a practice which eliminates anger in you, which eliminates ego in you, which eliminates any kind of stress in you, and is an amazing practice to give you relief from anxiety, stress and depression. And when we take the name Shashankasana, Shashank means moon. So moon has a cooling effect. Hence it is a wonderful practice to cool down your body and your mind. पित्त से संबंधित जितने भी विकार हैं उन सब में शशांकासन बहुत हेल्पफुल. इट इज़ अ वंडरफुल प्रैक्टिस टू कंट्रोल योर एंगर एंड इट इज़ अ वंडरफुल प्रैक्टिस टू कंट्रोल योर माइंड, टू कम आउट ऑफ स्ट्रेस, एंजाइटी एंड डिप्रेशन. So to practice Guru Pranamasana or Shashankasana, bring your hands in Namaste position. You are controlling your mind, controlling nerves, pressing your mind, controlling nerves. You are touching your Vishuddhakya chakra. Keep your spine straight. Inhale, lift up your hands, stretch your body upward and bend a little back. Now exhale and bend forward, lower back, middle back, upper back. Now touch the yoga mat, touch the floor with your palms, then your elbows and then your forehead. Now many people won't be able to touch their forehead to floor. In that case, even if you can come only till here, only till here, that's okay. But don't lift up your hips. That's very important. Sometimes people lift up their hips. That is wrong. So make sure your hips are stable on your heels and just bend forward as much as you can as per your capacity. That is important. So hold this position with normal breathing. You will feel relaxed in the final position. Then gently lift up your head, lift up your elbows, lift up your hands, stretch your hands upward, and bring your hands down. We will be repeating it 2 more times. Inhale, lift up your hands, bend backward. Exhale, bend forward. Hold the final position with normal breathing. Feel the relaxation. Feel the cooling effect at your mind. Relax. Inhale, lift up your hands. Exhale and down. And the last repetition is inhale, exhale, and normal breathing in the final position. Inhale, exhale. Now bring your hands down, relax. Next practice is, and last sitting practice which we are doing today, is Parvat Asana. For Parvat Asana, we sit in Padmasana. Those who can't sit in Padmasana, they can perform it in just cross-legged position. You can sit in Ardha Padmasana like I am sitting, or you can just sit in cross-legged positions, whatever is comfortable to you. So I am sitting in Padmasana because I can practice, I can do it. Those who can't do it, they can just sit in cross-legged position. चौकड़ी मार करके बैठना जिसको हम कहते हैं. Now Parvatasana, again यथा नाम तथा गुणा, जैसा नाम वैसा गुण. Parvat means mountain. So it makes us strong like a mountain, physically as well as mentally. Hence it is a wonderful practice for those who want to tighten up their body. After pregnancy, after child delivery, sometimes our body becomes so loose. After obesity, even the obese people, when they lose weight but their body becomes very loose. In that case, you need to practice Parvatasana to tighten up the skin, to tighten up your body. That is very important. Now, mentally, as I said, it strengthens you up. It strengthens not only your body but your mind as well. So the patients who are suffering from depression, patients who are suffering from anxiety, negativity, negative thoughts बहुत आते हैं, मन बड़ा विचलित रहता है, परेशान रहता है. In that case also, this is one of the best practice to strengthen your mind as well. We will be doing the basic practice. We'll be learning the basic practice of Parvatasana, not the complete practice in which we do the movement as well. So this is just the first step that you are learning. Keep your spine straight, neck straight, keep your eyes closed, and bring your hands at the sides of your body. While inhaling, lift up your hands, join your palms and stretch your body upward. Take your head up. Feel the stretch at your spine, at your neck, at your hands and your entire body. Hold your breath inside. Feel the tightness in your entire body. Exhale and bring your hands down. Let's repeat it together. Inhale. Stretch. Exhale and down. Inhale. Stretch. Exhale and down. Inhale. Exhale and relax. So these are the sitting practices which we learned today. We will be meeting soon with more practices which can be done in the lying position, and then we'll be learning few of the pranayama, and we will also learn meditation. I also want to teach you one mudra today. So let's end up with this very basic mudra which is called Gyan Mudra. ज्ञान मुद्रा, अगेन यथा नाम तथा गुणा. ज्ञान जो हमें प्रदान करे, knowledge, it gives us knowledge, which means it controls our mind. It gives us strength to control our own mind, which is very, very important. You know, we want to control other people, we want to control other people's mind, we want to control other people's life. But have you ever thought of controlling your own mind? जिसने अपना मन जीत लिया, समझिए उसने सब कुछ जीत लिया. इसलिए अपने मन को जीतना बहुत आवश्यक है. It is very important to control your mind. We should control our mind, but unfortunately these days mind is controlling us. आज मेरा मन कर रहा है ये करने का, आज मेरा मन नहीं है ये करने का, आज मेरा मन कर रहा है ये खाने का, आज मुझे कुछ खाने का मन नहीं कर रहा. आखिर ये मन बड़ा चंचल है और इस मन को नियंत्रित करना बहुत आवश्यक है. कहा भी गया है, मन एव मनुष्याणाम कारणम बंध मोक्षयो. जिसने अपने मन को जीत लिया, समझो उसने दुनिया में सब कुछ जीत लिया. एनीवन हु हैज़ द कैपेसिटी टू विन हिज ओन माइंड, he can win anything in this world. That is the power of mind. Think about it and you will understand it more deeply, how important it is to control your own mind. And yoga is the only way which helps us in controlling our mind. That is the reason the very first definition of yoga is yogash chitta vritti nirodha. It is not said yogash sharir vritti nirodha, yogash bimari vritti nirodha. नहीं, योगश चित्त वृत्ति निरोध. चित्त की वृत्तियों का निरोध ही योग है. टू कंट्रोल द मॉडिफिकेशंस ऑफ योर माइंड इज योग. माइंड इज, मन कितना चंचल है, कुछ हो जाता है मन बदल जाता है, कुछ हो जाता है मन बदल जाता है. समत्वम योग उच्यते. हर स्थिति में हम समान रह सकें, यही योग है. बहुत गहरी बातें हो गई, एकदम बेसिक में इतनी गहरी बातें हो सकता है आपको समझ भी ना आए, लेकिन समझदार हैं सब समझते हैं. ये बताना इसलिए आवश्यक था क्योंकि हम करने वाले हैं ज्ञान मुद्रा. और ज्ञान मुद्रा के लिए हम अपनी उंगली के टिप को अंगूठे के टिप से छू देते हैं. इस स्थिति में आ जाते हैं. दूसरी तीसरी चौथी उंगली बिल्कुल सीधी रहती है और इस मुद्रा को हम अपने घुटनों पर टिका देते हैं. दिन में कम से कम 2 से 3 मिनट आप ज्ञान मुद्रा में ज़रूर बैठें. इस मुद्रा में बैठ करके आप ध्यान का अभ्यास कर सकते हैं. इस मुद्रा में बैठ करके आप प्रणव उच्चारण कर सकते हैं. ज्ञान मुद्रा आपको विजडम देती है, शांति देती है, कांति देती है, सौंदर्य देती है, मन को नियंत्रित करती है. आज के लिए इतना ही. हम जल्दी मिलेंगे. अपने सत्र को आप प्रणव उच्चारण के साथ पूर्ण करें, जैसा कि हमने आपको पहले सिखाया.